of tackling that menace. Tomorrow morning, the Honourable Prime Minister will be at the Red Fort, delivering his first speech from its ramparts. In the winter of 1945, Mahatma Gandhi had gone to the Red Fort to meet prisoners of the Indian National Army being held there by the British. These freedom fighters had felt no distinction of creed or religion when they fought under Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose's leadership with Chalo Delhi on their lips. They had dreamt of holding their victory parade in the Red Fort. They dined together before they shed their blood together in the battle for freedom. But here we are faced with Hindu tea and Muslim tea, these freedom fighters complained to Mahatma Gandhi. Why do you suffer it? Gandhiji asked. We don't, they replied. We mix Hindu tea and Muslim tea and half, and then serve. The same with food. That is very good, the Mahatma exclaimed, laughing. We need to rekindle that spirit of cultural intimacy and political solidarity among religious communities if we are to be free of the scourge that goes by the name of communal violence. Our celebrations of independence had been marred by terrible partition violence, and we had resolved then never again. And yet, 1984 in Delhi, 1992-93 in Ayodhya and Mumbai, 2002 in Gujarat have been years of shame for us. And in this year of grace, 2014, there have been incidents of violence that are cause for grave concern. I do not wish to enter into the war of statistics about exactly how many incidents there have been, or the blame game as to whether they have taken place in BJP-ruled states or Congress-ruled states. Quite simply, such episodes must be nipped in the bud. West Bengal is a haven of peace in this country in terms of Hindu-Muslim relations. What are the roots of communal violence in our country? Jawaharlal Nehru had concluded the chapter in his autobiography titled Communalism Rampant by claiming surely religion and the spirit of religion have much to answer for. That, I believe, was a misdiagnosis of the ailment. I share Khargeji's concern about the incidence of violence in our country. But we have to be careful not to make religion the enemy of the nation. I wish to assure the member of the Akali Dal who spoke a little while ago that we are not against religion. We are only against religious prejudice, religious bigotry, religious majoritarianism. We know fully well that most people in our country are deeply religious. We respect religious faith. But I would like to say to this government that when beautiful religious symbols are deployed in the interests of majoritarian triumphalism, then we face a very major problem in our country. And that is what I fear is happening today. The victory of the ruling party in the general elections has emboldened the more extreme among its followers. Even more than the actual incidents of violence that have taken place, I have grim forebodings of underlying tensions and a sense of fear and insecurity among the minorities as they feel the cold winds of political exclusion. To the government of the day, I would like to say through you, Mr. Chairman, do not remain silent about the episodes of bullying and violence. Restrain and discipline your errant followers with unambiguous words of condemnation and swift action on the ground to uphold the law. It is undeniable that a disproportionate number of incidents are taking place in poll-bound constituencies and poll-bound states. Let us not tarnish our democracy by polarizing communities for short-term political gain at the cost of the long-term well-being of our country. The opening speaker from the Treasury benches, in his fiery speech, wearing the saffron robe, invoked the name of Swami Vivekananda. Well, let us recall Vivekananda's immortal lines. I shall go to the mosque of the Muslim. I shall enter the Christian's church and kneel before the crucifix. I shall enter the Buddhist temple where I shall take refuge in the Buddha and his law. And I shall go into the forest and sit down in meditation with the Hindu who is trying to see the light which enlightens the heart of everyone. I fervently hope we in Parliament can generate more light than heat. I will take no more than 1 minute because I have been anguished by the tenor of this debate and I want to apply a healing touch before Independence Day. At the anniversary of the midnight hour of our freedom, let us pledge to devote ourselves to maintaining peace with harmony, with honour among all religious communities. Honour to prudence, honour to sobriety, honour to sanity, to quote Sharad Chandra Bose. We sing Rabindranath Tagore's first verse of Jana Gana Mana as our national anthem. But the time has come to remind ourselves of the song's beautiful second verse, a symphony to unity, a call to weave together a garland of love. Ahoraho tabo ahvano procharito, shuni tabo udaro bani, Hindu Bauddha Shikho Jaino Parashiko, Musalmano Krishtani, Purabo Poschimo Ashe, Tobo Singhasano Pashe, Premo Haro Hai Gatha, Janogano Oikko Bidhayoko Jayo He, Bharato Bhaggo Bidhata, Jayo He, Jayo He, Jayo He, Jayo 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 He.